So in this video, we will be going to use how to use Shadcn Studio Pro registries for those who have purchased the Pro version using shadcnui, CLI, V2 and V3. So let's get started. As you already know that Shadcn Studio provides these 4 namespaces, and from them, these 3 namespaces will be going to use for the Pro components, blocks and user generated themes. So let's configure these Pro registries in our existing Shadcn project. So from here I am copying this registry object and paste it in my existing Shadcn project. So for the first namespace of these registries will be going to use for the free components, blocks and templates. And from this namespace, SS components will be used for the Shadcn Studio free as well as premium components. So you can see that we have added params, email and license key, which you will be going to get from your Pro account. That we will understand later. Similarly, we have added namespace SS blocks, which will be going to use for the free as well as premium blocks, and SS themes, which we will be going to use for the free premium theme as well as user generated theme. Next, let's set up the environment variable according to the documentation. So you must create or update your env file from your existing Shadcn project and add this environment variable email and license key into that. So my Shadcn project do not have the env file, so I am creating a new env file and paste these environment variables in this. Let's set the environment variable. Once you purchase Shadcn Studio license, you will receive an email with the license key. So I have purchased Shadcn Studio Pro license using email dev@themeselection.com. And if you do not have a license key with an email, you can log into your account of Shadcn Studio from which you have purchased the Pro license and copy the license key from billing and upgrade page. So let me copy this license key and paste it over here. So this environment variable will be going to use for the next Pro registries access and installation. So let's install few Shadcn Studio Pro blocks or components in existing Shadcn project to understand more. So I would like to use hero section and I will choose to install hero section 10. Yes, this looks good to me. So to install hero section 10, this is the Pro Shadcn Studio component or block. So to install this, you must have set up Shadcn Studio Pro registries namespace as well as .env file with your license key as well as email address. So now I am installing hero section 10 using shadcnui CLI v3 command. So let's copy this and install in our existing Shadcn project. So once you run this command, it will install hero section 10. As you can see that we have a new route over here. So now let's run the project and open this route to check the block. So I have this project running in local and so you can see beautiful hero section 10 appearing over here. So isn't it easy? So let's add few more Shadcn Studio Pro blocks. Similar to hero section 4, let's install few more Pro blocks. So you can easily access all the blocks with this drawer and choose the one which you like. So I have curated few blocks list to install in my existing Shadcn project. To install multiple blocks, components and themes using single Shadcnui CLI command, you can refer this advanced usage install multiple items documentation. So with this command, you can see that you can install multiple registries with a single command. Similarly, we will be going to install multiple blocks in our Shadcn project with a single command. So you can see that we are going to install feature, portfolio, bento grid, testimonial, logo cloud, pricing, CTA section and footer section with a single command. So once I will run this command, it will install all these components or blocks routes. So you can see that one by one it's installing it. To check all those Pro blocks which I have installed recently, I have created new route called landing page Pro, and in this route I have created page.tsx file which includes all those Pro blocks like hero section, feature section, portfolio sections and more. So let's run this project and check our Pro landing page. So you can see our Pro landing page over here, and it includes all those Pro blocks which we have installed recently. So it looks really amazing and easy to create with just a single shadcn CLI command. You can create landing page like this. So let's make this template looks unique using Shadcn Studio theme generator. So from Shadcn Studio theme generator, I have opened the theme generator, and from the preset of theme, I would like to select a theme called Marshmallow. So as you can see that it has instantly changed the theme and look and feel of this page. Similarly, you can apply the same for your installed blocks or templates. So let's use this theme in our project using CLI v3. So I have copied this CLI and use it in my existing Shadcn UI project. So let's install this theme. Once it's installed, you need to set up the fonts which are used in the theme. So we will set the font in layout.tsx file. Once the fonts are set, you can open the landing page and check. So let's check our landing page. So here is our landing page, which looks not just like Shadcn UI default theme, and it looks really unique. So you can see the whole landing page over here. Okay. So Shadcn Studio themes makes your landing page, blocks and components looks unique very easily. Similarly, you can generate your own Shadcn UI theme using Shadcn Studio theme generator and use in your project according to your brand's need. I have created a theme called My Pro 2, and I will be using this theme in my existing Shadcn UI project. So let's copy the CLI and install that in our project. As you can see here, in my custom Pro theme, I have used red color as my primary brand color. So now let's check our landing page with our new Pro theme. So this landing page has the custom Pro theme with red color which we have created and just used in this landing page. As you can see that we can see our Pro theme changes in this landing page. Similar to that, you can create Pro themes for your company, brands, typography and requirement and use the theme across to your dev and design team. So if you are using older Shadcn UI with the legacy CLI v2, you can install Shadcn Studio Pro blocks and components with this CLI command. So this CLI command includes the full JSON URL with query parameters of email address and license key. You have to pass this in every CLI command, and please note that you do not need to set up the namespaces in component.json registry object that we previously did for the CLI v3, and you do not need to have the .env file in your project. So let's install one Pro component using Shadcn legacy CLI v2. So open the block page and let's install one hero section. Okay, so I would like to use a Pro hero section number 4 in my existing Shadcn UI project. I will select Shadcn CLI v2 legacy version and copy the CLI command. Once you copy the CLI command, you can paste it in your existing Shadcn UI project. So you can see that the CLI command already includes the email address and license key of this account. So you do not need to add those license keys as well as email address manually while copying the CLI command from Shadcn Studio project. So once I run this command, you can see that the block has been installed with the name of hero section 4. So let's run this project and review the block. So I have opened the project in localhost and opening the hero section 4, and you can see that the hero section 4 is live in our project with our existing Pro theme. Similar to CLI v3, you can also install multiple Pro blocks and components in your Shadcn UI project. So according to the documentation, you can see that you can install multiple blocks with the single Shadcn CLI command. So let's install multiple blocks with this command. So in this command, you can see that I am installing hero section 5 with the query params as well as hero section 10 with the query param, and this single shadcn CLI command will install multiple pro blocks in Shadcn UI project. Similarly, you can also install Shadcn Studio themes which you have generated using Shadcn Studio theme generator. So as we have installed Pro 2 theme with CLI 3, we will install it with CLI v2. So let's select CLI v2 command from here, and you can see that this command has query params, and install it in our project. So let's review a few common mistakes and the troubleshooting while using Shadcn Studio Pro blocks, CLI and registries. So in your project, check that if there is a missing .env file, you need to create .env file and add the environment variables as we have seen previously. So let me copy this environment variable and add them over here. And the license key from Now let's run the CLI command, and you can see that it's successfully able to install it. Make sure you have set up the registry's namespace in registry object in component.json file. To sum up the second access denied or missing credential issue, the solution is for CLI v3, ensure your .env file contain correct email address and license key. If you are using CLI v2, make sure you have included the query params, email and license key correctly. Another common mistake is using block and component and theme not found. So while using the command, you will see this error because the hero section has a wrong name, hero 1 section 10, which do not exist in our registry. So make sure that verify the spelling of block, component and theme name. Ensure that the block, component and theme exist in our Shadcn Studio registry. Here are some of the best practices of using Shadcn Studio registries. Please use CLI v3 if you can in your project for ease of use. Keep your credentials secure by using .env file and never commit them in your repository. Regularly update your Shadcn UI project with Shadcn UI updates. Customize existing Shadcn Studio components according to your project requirements. So these are some of the few tips for using Shadcn Studio registries in best way. To sum up all, in this video we have learned how to install Shadcn Studio Pro blocks, components and custom themes using Shadcn UI CLI v3 and legacy CLI v2. We have also created one landing page and applied custom Shadcn UI theme created by Shadcn UI theme generator. We have also learned some of the troubleshooting tips and best practices of using Shadcn Studio registries. Thank you.